For Sweaty Hero Comic Burgers with Incredible Four and Fantastic Hulk. Uh, yeah, I know I got that wrong, but it's a more interesting title for the video. Here we got a copy of Fantastic Four from Volume 3 from 1999 ish by Chris Claremont and Salvador LaRocca. Thank you. That looks like a lot of fun. Um, I like Chris Claremont's writing. I met him in person too at a con and got to talk to him about his titles. Shout out to Chris Claremont, who also wrote Sovereign 7 as well. This is Jonathan Hickman's Fantastic Four run. And so we got a couple of those for $1. And these were all found at Rogue Gallery Comic Books. Shout out to Rogue Gallery Comics in Windsor, Ontario, for your source for great dollar book sales, but also a lot of great back issues as well. Here's a more recent Fantastic Four with an Alex Ross cover. Fantastic Four Unplugged was a strange title, but these were designed to be 99-cent issues back when comics were about $2, like introduced to younger readers and stuff. They had an Avengers Unplugged as well. Force Works 2020. This actually came out in 2020 because in the 1980s they did an Iron Man 2020. That's why they decided to go back and revisit that. Nick Fury, Agent of S.H.I.E.L.D., and it looks like Wolverine is guest starring this issue to pump up the sales. I'm kidding. But this is an 80s Nick Fury title. And we have D.G. Chester is the writer of this. Could be fun. Nova with Miss Marvel appearing. Ravage 2099 was created by Jim Lee and it's part of the 2009 storylines. This is one of Stan Lee's last writing gigs, really, on Marvel. Big ones, anyways. Weird World, The Thing with Juggernaut as villain. Dan Jurgens doing Thor was really cool. Dan Jurgens doing anything is really cool, actually. Ultimate Civil War 2 crossover. Another issue of Nick Fury. This one starts off with, "What you mean, shaken not stirred?" I don't want kind of a James Bond reference. That's kind of fun. Then we have an issue of Scarlet Witch. This was confusing for me, but it's actually supposed to be. Wait, I can't even know because I gotta look. Gotta look. Oh, it's Secret Wars? Oh, the second Secret Wars from the 2000s. From 2016 here. Really? I didn't know that until I started reading it. Jonathan Hickman writing it. That'll be a lot of fun to read, but I don't get the variant cover Magneto thing. I get that this is a tribute to Secret Wars had a toy line, but it just doesn't make an interesting variant cover for me. Here's Spirits of Vengeance. Shang-Chi and the Masters of the Twin Rings. Number 1, Legacy number 145. Picking up the Legacy numbering from Shang-Chi's original title, which was Master of Kung Fu, actually, not called Shang-Chi. Star Blast, which is a miniseries with Quasar and a bunch of other characters, I believe. There's another Star Blast, and there's Namor. There is Iron Man 599 and Infinity Wars miniseries. Not the first one. Infinity Countdown, Darkhawk. Darkhawk was kind of cool. He was kind of a 90s character. He did get a left love. Iron Cat, that's Felicia Hardy in an Iron Cat costume. Usually Black Cat. We have a lot of Moon Knights here. Moon Knight Annual. And then Moon Knight changes titles several times for some reason. This is Moon Knight Fist of Khonshu, but it's actually Legacy number 245. But I look forward to reading these because I did like the Moon Knight TV show with Oscar Isaac. That was pretty cool. Vengeance of the Moon Knight. This is a Blood Hunt crossover. Phases of the Moon Knight, number 3. And then we have True Believers, number 1. I don't like putting it under True Believers. You can put it on True Believers King in Black, or you can put it under Incredible Hulk, I guess. But it's a reprint of Incredible Hulk. Doom 2099, that should be paired with the Ravage one, I guess. But Doom 2099 was one of my favorite 2099 titles, along with Spider-Man. It was really cool. Wonder Man, this is an Infinity War crossover. I look really forward because when I bought the original Infinity War crossover back when I was a kid, for some reason I picked up Wonder Man because it was an Infinity War crossover and I never had picked up Wonder Man. It was a fun issue where it was tying in with the Infinity War storyline. So I've never read this issue. Looking really forward to reading this as part of that original Infinity War crossover. The original Infinity War crossover, for those who didn't read it, involved Adam Warlock and his evil twin Magus, and the Infinity Gauntlet. Avengers Log, and then we have Civil War II, Choosing Sides, Civil War II, Ulysses, New Champions, which has a bunch of teenagers on the team, Bloodline, Daughter of Blade, Blood Hunters, also tied in with the Blood Hunt crossover, West Coast Avengers, more recent, an Alpha Flight comic book by with Wolverine guest starring, I guess. This is one of the newer miniseries. The original official handbook of the Marvel Universe. Book of the Dead. Half of these characters that are dead are Banshee, back. He's alive. Let's see here. The Black Knight, probably back. Bucky came back as the Winter Soldier. Bloodstone, I don't know if he's back. Green Goblin's back, and he's in here somewhere. The Jackal is back. Green Goblin, there you go. The original Green Goblin, Norman Osborn, is back. So, outdated, but interesting. Thunderbolts, Justice Like Lightning, Venom in this. Diodato doing art. Thunderstrike's a really cool title. Tom DeFalco doing the writing, and Ron Friend's art. And Iron Shoe and Iron Man. Hercules! And more Hercules, and even more The Incredible Hercules, taking over from the Incredible Hulk title for some reason. And then, speaking of Incredible Hulk, we have Incredible Hulk and a variation of a Ghost Rider. And then another Incredible Hulk Legacy number 76. Incredible and fantastic bargains. Marvelous. Great. Talk to you next time.